Hey girl, welcome back to another episode of the Her Best Self podcast, the rookie season of recovery, how you can build upon setbacks and step up to the plate with confidence. I can't wait to share a fun boy mom story with you to bring this episode home to you today. It is going to help you think about recovery differently, think about your struggles differently, and step up to your plate. Because you deserve a life where you are not thinking about what you're going to eat next. You deserve a life where freedom is actually possible. It is tangible. It is real for you. You deserve a life where you're not restricting food. You deserve a life where you're not calculating. Sis, you deserve a life free from it. I believe it. It's your turn to believe it. Let's go. Hey girl, welcome to the Her Best Self podcast. I'm Lindsay Nickel, former competitive figure skater and perfectionist, turned God-led imperfect boy mom and digital CEO. If you find yourself constantly thinking about food and wondering if you'll wake up one day free from the obsessive thoughts and behaviors controlling your life, then I've created this podcast for you. Because I know exactly what it's like to be a downright hot mess, trapped in the destructive cycle of disordered eating. I finally found freedom, and you can too, girlfriend. So if you're ready to heal your relationship with food and body and break the chains of control and show up in your best health, then grab your favorite Tarjay journal and let's get to it. So you can start living your best life as your best self. Welcome back to the podcast, my beautiful friend. I am so grateful you've joined me today for what I believe is going to be a truly meaningful conversation. We're going to talk about perseverance and finding God's purpose in your struggle right now. Today's episode I titled The Rookie Season and how you can build upon setbacks and step up to the plate with confidence. And I wanted to start by sharing something personal that happened over this past weekend. I think if you've been listening to the podcast by now, you know I'm a boy mom, but if not, and you're brand new to the show, welcome friend. I am just super stoked that you're here. I have two boys. I have an almost 7-year-old. He's 6. He'll turn 7 on Mother's Day. And I have an 11-year-old. And my 11-year-old is playing travel baseball this season. And to be honest, it's been tough. This weekend was particularly challenging. His team has been on a losing streak. My husband is an assistant coach. He's just trying to build up the boys and really help them to step into who they are as little young people. And I watched my son step up to bat again and again, facing pitchers who seemed impossibly skilled compared to where he's at right now. And part of it is just, I feel like in this age range, you have all different types of bodies. And you have some boys that have already developed, and so they look like these massive giants. And you have other younger boys that might be on the team that it's really, truly scary for them when they're facing pitchers who are really pitching very fast. He did get a few hits and he got a few walks. He has such a passion for the game. It's just been a truly rough season because he went from a team who was like number 1 in our area. Again, we play travel, so we're kind of up and down parts of Virginia on the East Coast. It has been hard for him because he went from this winning team to this losing team that's very young. And his passion for the game and his belief in himself has become really weary. After losing massively in both games yesterday, I just watched him shake his head, throw his bat, and sit in the dugout as if the world stood still. And later to me, he said, "Mom, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. Maybe I should just quit. My team is awful. Nothing is working." It broke my heart a little inside, not gonna lie. But something powerful happened in that moment. It was like God was whispering, this isn't about the scoreboard. This is about growth. And believe me, that is one hard truth because your girl likes to win, and you probably do too, friend. Okay, we are high achievers. Let's just keep it honest. But it got me thinking about you. Yes, you. You, sis, listening right now, especially if you're in that rocky place with your disordered eating patterns and behaviors that are controlling your life, that place where you feel like a rookie who keeps striking out, where the game board doesn't seem to be reflecting all the effort that you're putting in, that place where even you are questioning if your effort is effort at all. What's the point? I know what it's like to look at where you are and see only the strikeouts, the days that you fell back into old patterns, the moments that you're feeling weak, the times you're questioning if freedom is even possible for someone like you. And I've been there, and I've walked alongside so many women who have felt the same way. But here's why I wanted to tie the story of my son with where you may be right here today. God is doing something profound in this rookie season of yours. And just like a baseball player who needs to develop resilience, who needs to develop technique and mental toughness, your journey is building something in you that couldn't be built any other way. Now let's talk about my son's situation for a second, because I really want to tie this one into how it pertains to your life. And if you're not a baseball player or you don't have boys, or you didn't grow up watching baseball, cool, that's fine. I'm surrounded by all of it all the time. So it's something that I'm constantly saturated in. But my son, he is new to travel baseball. So he played last year. Again, he was on the best team around. And this year he is now playing on a different team. And there's a whole story there. I won't go into the details, but essentially he got cut, and he was the only one to get cut from his last travel team. And so we put him on a new team because the love for the game, right? He wanted to keep playing. And the pitchers in this league, I feel like, are throwing as fast as if you're watching college. Like, it's crazy. His teammates are still learning to work together. This is a brand new team. It's not like his old team where everything was upper elite. The coaches are still trying to figure out everyone's strengths. And he's learning how to develop in a sport that isn't all on him. He's learning that he may need to use his voice. He may need to ask for help, that it's okay to do that, and to get some extra coaching and accountability. And so even though my husband is a prior baseball player, and he played in college and he went on to do some other things, and so my husband is ingrained in it, it also isn't the same to get dad's eye on all of it. So we have a coach that helps support our son. It's having him work with his coach to learn techniques and new behaviors and new patterns and new strategies that is going to get him stepping into his A game. But beyond that, it's learning how to be okay with being a rookie right now. It's learning how to be okay with where he is. And if this sounds familiar to where you are in life, escaping an eating disorder is a new territory, friend. The challenges are going to feel more intense than you expected. Your support system, maybe that is even still forming, or you don't have one at all, and you don't have a coach, or you don't have a professional team, and you're still discovering whether or not you can actually do this. You're feeling like your own strength is so weary. But here's what I told my son, and I wanted to tell you. Every professional baseball player was once a rookie who struck out. They were making fielding errors. They felt completely out of their league. Every single one. Enter your own sport. Every single professional, anyone was once at one point a beginner that made all the errors and had to learn. Every single one. Look at Babe Ruth. He was arguably the greatest baseball player of all time. He struck out 1,300 and some times during his career, but we don't remember him for his strikeouts. We remember him for the 714 home runs he had. And so as sharing this with my son, I'm like, your slips and struggles, they're not defining you, dude. They're refining you. Every single strikeout, it's just making you better. And of course, that's hard to hear. Like, an 11-year-old mind doesn't get that. I don't even think us as adults get that. We just get frustrated in that sometimes. But I wanted to bring this home to you today because sometimes we feel as though we're all alone in this. And so if you're feeling like you're facing your 44th setback this month or this day, and you're feeling all alone, you don't have to do this alone. And part of it is leaning into your faith, and whether or not you believe in God or not, I feel like this show is centered around that because God saved me from myself. So I believe that He's in all of this with you, and you're not alone. He's right there in the dugout with you. He's not disappointed. He's not keeping score the way you think he is. He's seeing every effort, every small victory, every time you get back after falling. He's making a way through this wilderness, friend, and he's creating streams in what feels like a desert of setbacks. But sometimes you're so focused on the scoreboard that you miss the new growth that is happening right in front of you. So let me ask you something. What if the purpose of this season isn't perfect performance or trying to figure it all out, but perfect dependence? What if these challenges that you are currently facing are to teach you to lean on someone other than yourself? Maybe the one who created you, who defined you in the first place, versus yourself judging who you are. What if all of this hard is to prepare you for what is next? You see, I know in my journey, I spent so much time in the hard because I was so afraid of the unknown. And I had all these questions that lived inside of my mind. Every single day, they were on a constant repeat cycle. Would I like my body if I gained weight? Would I be accepted by my friend group? Would people judge me? Would I still be the fit friend? Like all of these things. Sis, instead of focusing on getting hits, instead of focusing on winning games, instead of focusing on being the champion, how can you shift your perspective? Like really shift your perspective today. I don't want you to just listen to the show and then not do anything with it. I want you to listen to the show and do something with it. That's the point. That's why I want to come here and serve you. How about improving your stance or asking more questions or seeing those who have played the game before you as a guiding light to help you along your path? So what does this mean in your life right now? Well, I want you to practically build upon setbacks and be able to step up to the plate, your plate, with more confidence. And so one practice that will truly transform what you do next is very simple and very powerful. And that is to create a learning log. Okay, and here's how it works. After a setback or a slip up, a day when you feel that you're losing all of the games, you're getting caught in the trap, I want you to take a few minutes to open a special journal or a note on your phone. But instead of logging what went wrong, instead of reflecting and tallying up all of your mistakes, I want you to log what you are learning in this moment. And you can do that by asking yourself these 3 questions. 1, what was happening right before I felt triggered? What was happening right before this? This is going to help identify the patterns right now that you are being changed to. Number 2, what need was I trying to meet through this behavior? This reveals the real issues that are under the surface. And number 3, what's one small adjustment that I can tweak or that I can make next time that I'm in the situation? This builds wisdom within you. And this simple practice, it transforms your setbacks from failures into actual feedback. And it changes the relationship with struggle from one of shame to one of growth. And most importantly, girl, it invites you to surrender from the false sense of control that you are currently living in. Beautiful friend, your recovery journey, it isn't defined by performance. It's defined by persistent faith. Faith in yourself, faith that this isn't for nothing, faith that God is working all things together for your good, even in the strikeouts, even in the losses, even the days when you feel like you're right back where you started and you're learning nothing. Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. And I know that that quote is old, but it is so true because you're a champion, and a champion, just like my son, is someone who didn't give up when they wanted to. They just kept showing up and they kept swinging. And so this message is for you today, friend. Your rookie season is producing endurance in you. And that endurance is shaping your character. And that character is creating hope. Hope that wasn't possible before you stepped up to this particular plate. The rookie season, it's not going to last forever, but the strength and the wisdom and the faith that you are developing right now, it is going to serve you for a lifetime. And that's what I call true and lasting freedom. Because if you can keep this learning log close, then you can write down what God is teaching you through every single challenge that you're facing. And you can also know that I am your biggest fan cheering you on from the sidelines. So I hope today's message has brought some love into your heart If today's episode resonated with you, I would love to hear about it. Go out and find us on Instagram. You can do that at the Lindsay Nickel. And if you know someone who needs this message today, I would love for you to share it with them. And girl, if you're interested in partnering together along your personal path to freedom, I would love to coach you. Coaching is so much fun. It's like I am literally having a cup of coffee with you once a week, and we are hanging out and we're talking about where you are as you face your own plate, as you step up and build confidence, as you do these little tiny wins that are going to continue to produce more and more and more for you in your life. I have seen so many relationships change through coaching. I have seen so much success through coaching. And that is why I do what I do, because I never myself had a coach when I went through recovery. And I know if I did, I would have gotten there a little bit quicker and probably learned just a little bit faster. And that's all good. But if you're interested in partnering together, you can find out more on the website and fill out a client application at herbestself.co. I'll meet you right back here on Friday for another episode of the podcast. Love you, sis. Bye for now. Oh, friend, thank you so much for letting me share what was on my heart today. My hope for this podcast is to help more women find freedom from food and body. If this has empowered or blessed you, let me know. I'd be honored for your rating and review of my show, and I'd love to connect with you in my private Facebook community. You really can move from perfection to purpose. Let's break the chains together. I'll help navigate the way. Until next time, bye for now, girl.